Stop letting people control your direction. Your happiness does not belong to them. It belongs to you. Shout out to Motivational Doc for that quote. He's definitely a real one. Collective. Miserable people can no longer enjoy themselves around you. And you know why? You're just too damn happy. You're just shining too brightly. You are vibing way too high for these people, right? And you do it unapologetically, right? People used to have a field day with you. They love to be around you. Because before you might have been naive, you were young, you really didn't know how to guard and protect your energy properly, effectively. You just had those rose colored glasses on and you seen the good in everybody. And, you just went with life like that, right? You were just so gullible. Sometimes, okay? Some of you, but I'm not going to say all of you or you were gullible all the time. But, you were a young person. You had a big heart and you just want to see people happy. But you soon realize that everybody is not like you, collective. You realize that everybody doesn't have that same heart as you. Everyone doesn't want to see other people happy, right? And your bright light attracts all types of people. But in particularly, it attracts broken people. It attracts miserable people. It attracts people who are low vibrational, right? Because opposites attract. So you were attracting a lot of these types of people. And they were disguised behind these personalities, behind the fake love. They had these facades on, a lot of them. And, you went with it, collective. You didn't really pay attention to their motives and things like that. You still had a lot of things you were going through. And so people would successfully be able to pull from your energy, to manipulate you and to get you all fired up or get you emotional. They really knew how to pull on your emotional heartstrings. Like, some of these people had your emotions down to a T. That's how much they studied you. Some of these people are your family, so you grew up around them, so they know you. Other people came along later and they studied you like a book and they figured out your weak points, your emotional points, would get you going, would get you upset, would get you sad, would get you to help other people. And, these people loved it, because you were somebody who was still just there with open arms. And even some of these people, maybe you did pick up on, okay, they're not as genuine as I think. But you still allowed them around you. You didn't know about healthy boundaries. You were somebody who thought that if you put up a boundary, they got offended. You tried to put up a boundary, or you tried to stop talking, or you tried to do whatever, but then they got aggressive with you, or they got upset, or they tried to pull on your heartstrings, right? And then you let that guard down. You let them back in. You put that boundary down, right? You put yourself second all the time. You would always put these people first, collective. And this is why these types of individuals love to be around you, because they could just, even if they disrespected you, all they had to do was come in with an apology or, aggressively overstep your boundaries aggressively, and you would allow them. You let them right back in. It was cakewalk to a lot of these people. You were definitely on easy mode with these people, right? But you had to learn, collective, that, whoa, wait a minute. My energy, I'm always losing energy. Like, why is my energy never stable? Like, you found yourself 1 minute, you were up high, sky high, so happy and enjoying life. And then you turn around and now you're not feeling so good about life. Now you feel depressed and sad again. Now you're ready to give up again. Like, you would go through these highs and lows all the time, and you couldn't figure out why until you started to pay attention to your energy and then the people around you. You realize, wait a minute, this is why I feel like this, because these other people are making me feel this way. It's what they're doing, it's what they're saying, it's what they're projecting onto you, right? See, you were the light in a lot of people's lives. You were like the battery pack that would charge a lot of people up, you know? And you're the type of person who would believe in other people more than they believed in themselves. You gave people hope, a second chance. You gave people that light at the end of the tunnel. You were the light in the dark, okay, collective? And so people really took advantage of you for that, right? Ate you up and spit you back out. Got what they want out of you. And then when they felt like their energy was being depleted or they needed more of you, then they would come back to you and fill you up and then drain you again, right? But this was deeply affecting you. It was deeply affecting the relationships around you, but most importantly, it was affecting your mental health and your state of being. So you had to learn how to wisen up, how to find those leaks in your energy, right? And for a lot of you, you've had to really separate yourself and go into solitude for a great period of time. So that way you could relearn, that you could heal properly, but also learn how to create healthy boundaries. Learn how to keep your distance from these types of people. And over time, you developed your own practices and habits and protocols for dealing with these types of people. Now you don't even have to enforce your boundaries now. But before, you were somebody who had to learn how to enforce those boundaries and stand firm on them, right? And you offended a lot of people because a lot of people would benefit off of you not having those boundaries, right? But you had to learn to stick with it. And if they were offended, hey, they're offended. You moved on from them, right? You know, and so now you are somebody who is, there's no energy leaks within your aura because you've mastered how to seal up all of those cracks, and you mastered how to maintain a healthy distance from other people, right? Maybe in the past you might have been somebody who was quick to just share all your business. As soon as you meet somebody, you're quick to just tell them everything, or you're quick to tell them your plans, your goals, or you are just so open and willing to help anybody, right? Not realizing some of these people were sent your way to destroy your peace. Some of these people were plotting on you. Some of these people were your hidden enemies, right? And this would always backfire on you. But now you're not so quick to share information. You're not so quick to attach yourself to somebody because you just met them and you like them, right? No, they have to put in that work, right? And you know how to enforce your boundaries now. So you're going to say no if you mean no, right? You're going to keep your distance if you're not feeling well, or if you don't want to be involved. You're not going to be feeling obligated. You're not going to pressure yourself into pleasing other people. You now do what is best and what's right for you. And I love that for you, collective, because now these same miserable people, they can't play with you the same way. Matter of fact, it's not even fun being around you anymore, collective, to these types of people. You're actually a joy to be around. You're a fucking amazing person who, you know, you can light up a whole room. You make everybody feel good. You're an excellent person, right? Around the good, right people. But to these miserable people, because you've taken your power back and you know your worth and you're not going to budge. You know, these people were giving you the bare minimum. They were just giving you breadcrumbs while you were giving them the whole platter. You stopped that. You put a stop to that, collective. So now they don't like that. They don't like being around you. They feel like you don't know how to have fun. You don't know how to joke. These people weren't joking. They would joke. Their jokes were their truth. It was the underlying truth about how they really felt about you. But they would just laugh it off and joke it off. No, that's not a joke, and you're not funny, right? You don't laugh at these people. You don't laugh with these people. You laugh at these people, collective. You don't want no parts of them, right? And because you've enforced your boundaries enough and you stood firm on those, they don't want to be around you either, collective. The gig is up, right? That's where they're at with it. They're tired, they're played out. And that's what needed to happen, right? We needed to shuffle it up. We needed to switch the energy out. We needed to make something shake, because at the rate that you were going, collective, you might as well just, you might as well have just, checked yourself out, right? But there's a new sheriff in town because you took a different course. You took a different route. You stopped playing and sleeping on yourself, right? So, yeah, you're a repellent, a natural repellent for these types of people now, collective. And I love it. I'm here for it, right? Continue standing on business, okay? Continue to show people that you can't just treat anybody any type of way, because you're not just any type of anybody. And even if you were just any type of anybody, that's not how you treat anybody, okay? But you are showing people how to show up and how to treat other people, just by you standing in your truth and you enforcing your boundaries, right? You are a natural repellent for these types of people, and maybe they will change. Hopefully they do. And if they don't, hey, that ain't none of your business. You don't got to be around them no more, and you see them from a mile away when they come anyway. So you know how to protect yourself and guard yourself now, so you ain't never worried about these types of people. Yet they're still worried about you. Collective, who am I talking to? Because I know I'm talking to somebody. Listen, if this message resonates with you in any way, let me know down in the comments below. And if this is your first time here on my channel, please make sure you subscribe. Also, guys, make sure you like the video. Thank you guys so much for supporting. We are growing, we are flowing, and it's always a vibe over here, baby. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. It's Karkar. Talk to you later. Bye.